Good afternoon and welcome into the National Basketball Performance Centre here in Manchester. We've got some back-to-back BWB action for you today as the Manchester Revolution host a double header against the Tees Valley Mohawks. My name's Kaz Bullock and we're just around a minute or so away from tip-off in the first of today's game in the D2 North division. It is the Manchester Revolution and the Tees Valley Mohawks 2. And the Manchester Revolution currently sitting in fourth place with one win that they got last weekend against the Lothian Phoenix. Won that one 49-41, getting their first win of the season. Had a couple of close ones before that, a 1-point loss to the North Wales Knights. And that's good to get them their first win last time out. Tees Valley sitting at 1-3 in fifth place. So it's sure to be a great game today as both of these teams match up. We'll be bringing you both games, the Division 2 North game and the Premier Division game, on the Focus Hoops YouTube channel. So stick with us all afternoon as it's going to be a great few hours of basketball. So starting for the Revolution, it will be Gary Dawson, Patrick Rueck, Henley Kavanagh, Neve Haran and James Woof. And for the Mohawks, Thomas Horrocks, Brian Russell, Lee Fawcett, Ollie Whiteman and Maurice Branthwaite. So teams are just getting ready to come out on court. The Revolution making the home debut of their new kit today, looking very snazzy. They had it for Euro Cup a couple of weeks ago, but it's the first time that they'll have played in it back home at the National Basketball Performance Centre. A few players to keep an eye out for today on the Revolution. So Patrick Rueck, Swiss national, played for the national team, and at 6'7", he's got an incredible reach. Want to keep an eye out on him today. He was causing problems in his last game out for the opposition. And Neve Haran also playing in the Women's Premier League this season for the Worcester Wolves. And Gary Dawson, great to see him back out for the Revolution after some time away earlier in this season. For the Mohawks, look out for Oliver Whiteman, excuse me, represented England North at the Kukuri Under-18 National Junior Championships. And has been with the Mohawks for a few seasons now. People will be familiar with his game. So it's Kavanagh and Whiteman for the tip, and ball is into the hands of the Revolution for the first possession. And it's Rueck controlling things. He's got space at the top of the key. Haran hands it off to Woof at the baseline. Haran gets it back. Rueck from the free throw line, knocks it down, draws the contact, and he's going to go to the foul line for the chance at a three-point play. Great first possession there for the Revolution, and Rueck making it himself known on court already. So that'll be the first team foul on the Mohawks. That was on Fawcett, that's his first. Rueck off the front of the rim. So Mohawks looking to answer here on this possession. Nice pass inside. Oh, great save there by Branthwaite, but it's into the hands of Haran for the Revolution. Haran backs it out. Long pass over to Woof. Woof. Shot is just off the front of the rim. That was a good look from Woof, and we've seen him hit those before. Revolution getting off to a good start here, moving the ball around well. Fawcett. And just off the wheel. So that will go back with the Revolution. Rueck hands it off to Dawson. Back to Rueck. Haran, she's got space. It's a great screen from Woof. Rueck gets it back. Haran lines up the shot, puts it up, and that is good. Nothing but net for Niamh Haran. 4-0 Revolution lead. And Niamh Haran also playing for the Premier Division team this season, alongside the Women's Premier League. And that shot doesn't go for the Mohawks. Rueck with the rebound. And you see the length of Rueck at 6'7". He's got such a long reach, and you can see just there, able to get it over the Mohawks. As Woof again lines it up on the baseline. Shot's just short. And Horrocks will control it for Tees Valley. Horrocks going against Woof, swings it round to Fawcett. Fawcett with the long two, and drops it in. Gets the Mohawks on the board. Rueck, he's got space. Shot just bounces out. Mohawks with a chance to tie here. As Russell hands it over to Fawcett. Fawcett looking to go inside. Out to Branthwaite. Horrocks. And it's stolen. Oh, not quite. It's going to be Revolution ball. But you see Henley Kavanagh there, able to read the passing lane, get into the way, force that turnover. And the Revolution get the ball back. It'll be Dawson on the inbound. Over to Rueck. Haran. Back to Rueck. Again, this ball movement round the perimeter working well for the Revolution. Haran, shot is up and doesn't go. Russell over to Horrocks. Horrocks on the baseline. That's good. Tie game 4-all. Rueck, pass into Woof. He's knocked out. Going to go with the Mohawks. Rueck playing in his first season for the Revolution. Made his home debut a few weeks ago against the Plymouth Fusion. Has been out with the team. So the Manchester Revolution have been out in Hanover playing in Euro Cup. Getting that international experience, that European experience. Alongside the Sheffield Steelers, they were also in their group. They bring that back to the league here as Branthwaite can't get his shot to go. And it's Haran with another rebound for the Revolution. Into Woof. Oh, nice handoff back to Haran. And a foul at the other end. So that's the second team foul on the Mohawks. And that's going to be on Oliver Whiteman. That's his first. It's going to be a Revolution ball from the end line. Ball's in. Haran gets it back. Over to Dawson. Rueck. Again, this perimeter passing round between Haran, Rueck, and Dawson on the other side as Haran hits the shot. Takes the Revolution to 6. Haran has got 4 of those points so far. Fawcett looking for some help. Over to Whiteman. Looking to go inside. That's a tough shot from the Mohawks. You see Kavanagh there with his outstretched arm getting in the way of the shot. And it's Ruek that comes up with the rebound. There'll be a foul called on the floor as Ruek was swarmed by Mohawks players. That's going to be a third team foul on the Mohawks. Foul number 1 on Russell. Ruek again controlling things for the Revolution. Over to Dawson. Great pass inside to Woof. Woof underneath the basket finishes. And that was a tough shot there from Woof. Able to withstand the pressure, composed, get the shot in. Increases the Revolution lead up to 4. Whiteman. Shot gets the friendly roll and gets himself on the board. Ruek to Haran. Haran, long pass over to Dawson. And Dawson using that screen from Kavanagh on the baseline. Just rolls out. That's a nice look from Gary Dawson. Let's force it for the Mohawks, puts it up. That one skims the rim. Back with the Revolution. We got just under 3.5 minutes to play here in the first quarter. Both teams have been coming out strong in the first. Ruek. He's got space. Shot is good. Nothing but net. Ruek and Haran both on 4 points each for the Revolution here in this first quarter. Making themselves known. Horrocks' shot's too strong. Haran with another rebound for the Revolution. Woof on the baseline. Under pressure, couldn't get that one to go. Branthwaite passes back to Fawcett. Fawcett looking to hand it off. Shot clock running down. Russell on the baseline. He's got Kavanagh all over him. Can't get that shot to go. And you see there Henley Kavanagh with the pressure defense. He's got such a long wingspan. It makes it really difficult for his opponents to get a shot off over him. And Dawson can't get that to go. But again, another good look from Gary Dawson. Branthwaite round the outside. Horrocks. Whiteman lines it up, knocks it down, takes the Mohawks to 8. And that's 4 points for Whiteman in the first. Dawson, nearly had it stolen away by Branthwaite. Gets it over to Haran. Back to Dawson. Haran on the baseline, shots up and doesn't go. Just under a minute to play here in the first. Mohawks can tie or take the lead on this possession. Horrocks looking to get inside. That's a great handoff. Russell gets his own rebound. Can't put it back in. And Kavanagh again using his length to grab that rebound. As a Revolution get it into the hands of Haran. Nice spin there to keep the ball alive. As that pass onto the baseline is just a bit too strong. So Mohawks again with a chance to tie here, heading towards the end of the first quarter. Whiteman against Woof. Spins. Puts it up. Just off the back iron. And again, Whiteman's getting some good looks, and we know he can make them. We've seen him do that before. Just sometimes it just takes a while to start dropping. Oh, great pass there from Dawson to Kavanagh. Kavanagh can't get it to go off the glass, but it's Woof that picks it up with 1 second to go. And we've got a whistle on the floor. So it will be Revolution ball from the baseline. There's 0.1 on the clock. Referees just talking to the table officials to see if they should put some more time back on the clock. But it looks like it's going to stay with 0.1, so that is not really going to be enough time to get a shot off to catch and shoot. Got to be a tap, and that will be after the buzzer. So at the end of the first quarter, it is the Manchester Revolution 10, Tees Valley Mohawks 8. The Revolution having been led by Niamh Horan and Patrick Rueck with 4 points each. And for the Mohawks, it is Oliver Whiteman, 4 points for him, with Lee Fawcett and Thomas Horrocks adding in 2 points each. So a close one on our hands today. And coming up after this game at 3 o'clock, we have the Premier Division teams for the Revolution and the Mohawks facing off against each other. Manchester looking to keep their spot at the top of the table. They're currently first in the Premier Division, wanting to solidify that with another home win. And the Mohawks in the Premier Division looking for their first win of the season, wanting to knock off the top team in the Revolution. You can catch that game as well on the Focus Hoops YouTube channel. We've got a separate link. You just need to jump over after this game. We'll be bringing you all the Manchester Revolution home games this season in the Premier Division on the Focus Hoops YouTube channel. As we're heading into the second half of the season as well, all these games so crucial as playoff seeding is at stake before the National Championships weekend later on in May. But back on court now, it is the Manchester Revolution with a 2-point lead as we head into the second quarter. And it'll be Mohawks ball to start things off. So it's 4-set for the Mohawks. Shot doesn't drop. Kavanagh reaches out for the rebound. We don't have rebounding stats for the D2 teams, but I'm going to say Niamh, both Horan and Kavanagh, as Horan drops in another basket for the Revolution. Both Horan and Kavanagh have been doing a fantastic job on the board so far for the Revolution. Mohawks here with a chance to cut into the lead. Branthwaite to Whiteman. Pass is too strong. And the Revolution will get the ball back. The Revolution have been doing a good job on capitalising on these Mohawks turnovers. When they force them into an error, they've been able to score at the other end. Kavanagh gets it inside. And James Morris onto the court for the first time for the Revolution. As we've got a foul called at the halfway line. Oh, apologies, that was a jump ball. That's with the Mohawks. And Morris on court for the Revolution, playing in his first game so far this season. And what a tough move by Brian Russell. Puts it in for the Mohawks. Rueck over to Dawson. Dawson with the long two, gets it to go. It's Dawson's first points of the game. What a shot from Gary Dawson, getting things started, opening his account here in the second quarter. As Fawcett for the Mohawks. Looks to pass it round the outside, and that's something the Revolution have been doing a good job of. They've been clogging the paint, making it difficult for the Mohawks to get inside and forcing them to take those outside shots. Haran into Kavanagh, just off the fingertips, and it's Russell that keeps it for the Mohawks. And that's going to be an 8-second violation for the Mohawks. Didn't get it over the line in time, so the Revolution will get the ball back. It's Rueck on the inbound. Rueck gets it back. Working against Fawcett, over to Haran. Back to Haran. That one doesn't fall. Dawson grabs the rebound. Great hustle there from Gary Dawson to keep it alive. As Rueck from the free throw line spins out. Pass into Whiteman underneath the basket, and it foul is called. That's going to be on Kavanagh. You see Whiteman there trying to shoot over the outstretched arm of Kavanagh. It's going to be an end line ball for the, shooting foul. So it sends Whiteman to the line for two. And that's the first foul on Kavanagh for the Revolution. Second team foul for them this quarter. As Whiteman hits the first. Second one's too strong, and it's Morris with the rebound. And pressure there. Can't keep it inside, so Mohawks will get the ball back on the baseline. And Oliver Whiteman, as I mentioned, representing England North, the under-18 National Junior Championships, a really exciting young player to watch. As he gets the ball, passes it back to Fawcett. Fawcett with a long two, doesn't go. And it's Morris. Hands it over to Haran. Shot doesn't go. Whiteman, he's got space. Morris is trying to chase him down. Whiteman under pressure, gets that to fall. And that brings the Mohawks to within one. And we will have a timeout called with just under 6.5 minutes to play here in the second quarter, as the Mohawks, having gone on a nice run here in the second, bringing themselves back within one. And Whiteman, 7 points for him. Hitting the free throw and then finishing in transition on the fast break under pressure from Morris. Again, keeping his composure and keeping the Mohawks in it. And leading the way for the Manchester Revolution, Niamh Haran with 6 points and Patrick Rueck with 4. Gary Dawson and James Wooth both adding in 2 points each. As I mentioned before, great to see Gary Dawson back out on court for the Revolution after some time away with an injury in the first half of the season. If you've got Instagram, go give him a follow on Got a Roll With It. He's doing a great job working with charities for spinal injuries, and he's got some great content out on his Instagram showing Showing a day in the life of a wheelchair user. So back on court. And it's Revolution ball. 1 point Manchester lead here. Ruek over to Haran. Back to Ruek. And again, you see Haran with space in the corner on the wing. Dawson at the other side. Ruek from the free throw line. Doesn't go. And again, Whiteman, he's out there in transition. Going to be bumped from behind by Haran. And that's her first foul, third team foul for the Revolution with 6 minutes to go in the quarter. And they need to be a bit careful here. You don't want to put yourself in the bonus and send the Mohawks to the line. So Whiteman's first doesn't fall. Second one's good, ties the game at 14. And that was an unsportsmanlike call, so Mohawks retain possession after those 2 shots. Horrocks to force it. Going against Dawson. Horrocks around the outside, and that's going to be a shot clock violation. Some good D there from the Revolution. Forcing the turnover, and they will get the ball back. And we are tied here at 14 all in the first half. Ruek gets it over the halfway line. Thought about the shot, puts it up, knocks it down. It's a huge bucket from Ruek. And foul called on the floor. And that's on Kavanagh. That's his second, and again, that's the 4th team foul now for the Revolution. So if you're the Mohawks here, you can try and take advantage of that. Mohawks on not to foul yet this quarter. They can take advantage of that. As Horrocks' shot drops, and we're tied again at 16. And an offensive foul called on the Revolution. So we'll have a substitution as we see Josh Porter, James Woof check in for the Revolution, Gary Dawson and James Morris headed to the bench. And that last foul was on Morris. So that is the 5th team foul. It's Morris' second as well. Force it, pass inside, it's knocked out by Kavanagh. And again, you see the impact that Henley Kavanagh has when he's defending, to just get his hands into those passing lanes. You knock the ball out, you might not always come away with the steal, but they're the kind of plays that force the other team to have to reset. You've got to set up back again, it disrupts the play. They're really crucial players that can do that. Haran, 3-on-2 break. Goes all the way to the basket, drops it in. Great awareness there from Haran. Tees Valley trying to stop the break, but 3-on-2 meant they had to cover the players on the side, leaves the lane open for Haran. And that takes her up to 8 points in the game. 2-point lead for the Revolution. Branthwaite. Shot's too strong. And Whiteman picks it off at the halfway line. Gets it back. Nice pass there as Horrocks puts it in. And again, we are tied at 18. And we'll have a substitution for the Mohawks as Lee Fawcett checks out. And Chris Graham into the game for the first time. Rueck over to Woof. Using the screen from Porter. Haran, she's got space on the baseline. Sets herself up. Doesn't get that to fall. Whiteman gonna have to wait for the rest of his team to catch up. As Graham goes against Haran. Pass inside to Russell. He draws the foul. And that is gonna send Russell to the line for 2. And it looked like that may have been on Rueck. Yes, it was. That's his first, Rueck's first. And from now on, every foul the Revolution commit is going to send the Mohawks to the line. So if you're Tees Valley, take advantage of that. Try and draw the foul. Free throws don't go for the Mohawks, and it's Revolution ball. Both Kavanagh and Morris on 2 fouls each for the Revolution. Haran looking to get inside, passes it back to Rueck. Woof baseline, tough shot. That one bounces out, looking for that one not to drop in. And it's Whiteman again. Gets back after the shot so quickly. That's how he gets out into transition, finds himself in the right place. As Horrocks puts up the shot, no good. But it's Whiteman with the offensive board, gonna give the Mohawks another chance. Into Branthwaite, and that's a foul on the floor. And again, Mohawks gonna go back to the free throw line. That foul is on Woof, that's his first. It's Maurice Branthwaite at the line for 2. He's previously played for the Lancaster Bulldogs. And his daughter Emily will be playing in the Premier Division game after this one. And Emily also playing for the Worcester Wolves this season. As shot doesn't fall. It's going to be a Revolution ball. So it's a real family affair for the Branthwaites out on court today. But here, just over 2 minutes left. Tie game at 18 all, going to half time. Wolf shots off the front of the rim. And again, it's Horrocks that saves it in for the Mohawks. He's done a great job under the hoop. As Russell thought about the shot, passes back. Graham looking for some space. 4 seconds on the shot clock. Doesn't go for the Mohawks. And we'll have a timeout called by the Revolution. Coach Dan Johnson and assistant Gary Peel want to draw something up here with just under 2 minutes to play. So the Revolution have been led by 8 points from Niamh Haran, 6 from Patrick Rueck, and 2 points each from James Woof and Gary Dawson. And for the Mohawks, it is Oliver Whiteman, 8 points for him. And Thomas Horrocks adding in 6. Lee Fawcett and Brian Russell with 2 points each as well. And Horrocks haven't been doing a really good job rebounding for the Mohawks. He's been getting under the basket, just taking care of that ball when it goes up for the Revolution, and they aren't able to finish on the shot. And then seeing that long pass over to Whiteman, who's getting himself into space at the other end of the court. Led to a good couple of possessions for them. So we'll see if they keep that up here in the second quarter as we head towards half-time. So it's Revolution ball. As Gary Dawson that checks back in for the Revolution. Haran on the wing, back round to Dawson. Kavanagh lines it up, knocks it down. Puts the Revolution ahead by 2. Horrocks into Branthwaite. That's a tough pass. Able to catch it though, and it's Kavanagh again with the rebound for the Revolution, just reaching in. But Graham steals it away, gets it to Whiteman, working against Porter. Whiteman puts it up, doesn't fall, but Graham with the rebound. And we got a 3-second call inside on the Mohawks. Just under a minute here to play in the first half. Dawson into Haran. Haran off the glass, banks it in. It's Saturday, but the bank's open for Niamh Haran, and that's going to take her to 10 points. Whiteman against Woof. Russell. Shots up, doesn't go. Gets his own rebound. Pass over to Whiteman. And it just comes off the Mohawks. So that'll give the Revolution the last possession of the quarter if they want to hold it, run the clock down, set something up. As Haran saves it in. Back to Dawson. Haran. Dawson to Haran. This link-up's working really well. And Haran looking to shoot over Graham. Passes it into Kavanagh. Catches it one-handed underneath the basket. Kavanagh puts it up and doesn't get it to fall. And that was a tough shot from Henley Kavanagh as the shot clock was running down there. Got caught underneath the basket, but some great defense from the Mohawks, able to pressure him and put the shot off. I think Kavanagh was just a bit too far underneath the basket. So at the end of the first half, it is the Revolution with a slim 4-point lead as we head into halftime, 22 points to 18. And they've been led by Niamh Haran, who's been fantastic so far, 10 points. We don't know how many rebounds, but we'll say a lot because we don't count them. But she's been doing a great job on the boards. And Patrick Ruick with 6 points for the Revolution. And leading the way for the Mohawks, Oliver Whiteman, 8 points for him and 6 for Thomas Horrocks. So we're going to take a quick break for half time. We'll be back with you in around 8 minutes' time. Welcome back to the National Basketball Performance Centre here in Manchester. We're getting ready for the second half in the D2 North Division. Doesn't make sense. It's Division 2 North. You can't say D2 North Division. In the Division 2 North against as the Manchester Revolution take on the Tees Valley Mohawks. Manchester with a 4-point lead here as we head into the second half. Niamh Horan has been huge for them. 10 points for her in the first half. And Ollie Whiteman for the Mohawks, 8 points in the first half for him. So back on court, it is Revolution ball to start things off. Kavanagh working against Whiteman. Oh, nice handoff there into Liddell. And he draws the foul. As Andrew Liddell into the game for the first time for the Revolution in this half. So Liddell will head to the line for 2 shots. Returning for the Revolution after having played for them last season. First shot is good. Nothing but net on that, pure swish. That's Liddell's first point of the game. And 2 of 2 from the line for Liddell. Great start for the Revolution. Puts the lead up to 6. Horrocks to Whiteman. Puts up the shot, too strong. Great offensive board for Russell. Can't finish on the second chance. And Horan to Liddell. Manchester need to get it over the halfway line and they don't in time, so that is an 8-second violation. And the Mohawks will get the ball back. Horrocks. Branthwaite round the outside, shot clock's running down here. 2 seconds, needs to put something up. Does, but doesn't fall. Liddell grabs the ball for the Revolution. And it's Morris that taps it. Whiteman trying to chase it down. Can't get there in time. And the ball is out of bounds. And it will be Revolution ball. Morris inside, great pass back to Horan, who puts it in. What a pass back from Morris. The awareness there to get it back to Horan, who had a better look than him as he was just a bit too far, maybe underneath the hoop. Back over the head. We're going to see that one back on a highlight reel. Increases the Revolution lead up to 8. Horan with the steal underneath the basket. To Liddell. Kavanagh and Rueck up ahead. Kavanagh. Spins. Looking for some space. Using the screen from Morris. Shot bounces out. Branthwaite with 4 seconds on the shot clock. Rebound at Revolution. They're going to need to get it over the line as Liddell looks to pass it off. Gets it into the hands of Kavanagh. And Kavanagh going against Whiteman here. Pass round to Morris is knocked out. Going to stay with the Revolution with 8 seconds on the shot clock. As Kavanagh gets it into Rueck. 4 seconds to shoot. Kavanagh off the rim. Whiteman, pass inside to Branthwaite. And there's a foul underneath the basket. And that will be on, I think that will be on James Morris. Yeah, and that is going to be Morris's third, so he's going to head to the bench as James Woof checks in. And Patrick Rueck also heading to the bench, and Gary Dawson in for him. Branthwaite's first shot just rolls off the front of the rim. That's unlucky for that one not to drop. Second one doesn't go. Whiteman and Woof fighting for the rebound. It's Woof that comes up with it. Over to Little. And pressured there by Horrocks. But Dawson, and it's stolen away by Russell. And Whiteman to Branthwaite. Long shot doesn't fall. Haran picks it up. And foul in the backcourt. That's on Russell, that's his second. It takes the Mohawks to 2 team fouls. Revolution ball from the sideline. We'll have a timeout called just before that. So 26-18 here in the third quarter. Revolution having come out strong. And Niamh Haran with a fantastic 12 points, leading all scorers. And I just want to see that play back from James Morris with the over-the-head pass back to Haran as she put it into the hoop. What a move from both of them. So the next Mohawks game will be against the North Wales Knights. That will be on Saturday, the 9th of March at 12:30 p.m. Check out both teams in action. And the Manchester Revolution will be playing the Leicester Cobras on Saturday, the 16th of March. That one will be at 12 p.m. If you're in the areas, get down and support the teams. Lots of great talent on display. Again, some great young talent as well as we see here. Henley Kavanagh, Ollie Whiteman going against each other. So we're back underway. Just under 6.5 minutes to play in the third. Haran's guarded by Graham. Dawson, too strong off the glass. Branthwaite controlling things for the Mohawks. He's working against Dawson. Passes inside. And Woof looked like he came out of nowhere, got a hand on that to knock it away. Forces the Mohawks to reset from the baseline with 5 seconds on the shot clock. Graham looking to get it in. Branthwaite's there. Into Horrocks. Shot doesn't go, but it's picked up by Russell. A fresh shot clock for the Mohawks. Russell turns, spins, fires, doesn't go. Kavanagh again pulling the ball down for the Revolution. Woof, long pass to Rueck. Manages to save it. Doesn't get the shot to go. And ball's out, last touch, Manchester. So Tees Valley with the inbound. A low scoring quarter for both teams so far in the third. Horrocks over to Whiteman. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Long two. Kavanagh to Dawson. Woof up ahead. All alone underneath the basket. Puts it in from the left-hand side. Great awareness there from Woof to take advantage of the space. And that gives the Revolution a 10-point lead. They're stretching their lead out here in the third. Whiteman going against Dawson. Into Branthwaite. That short ball's loose on the floor and it's picked up by Whiteman. And you see that Rueck just getting a hand on it, allowing the Revolution to come up with the ball. As Dawson pass into Haran inside, and she's fouled on that possession. It's going to be a blocking foul, and we'll give the Revolution the ball from the end line. That's just the first foul on Thomas Horrocks. Third team foul for the Mohawks this quarter, with the Revolution on 1. Six seconds on the shot clock. Haran on the baseline. Kavanagh fighting hard for the offensive rebound. Great hustle as he gets it over to Dawson. Rueck at the free throw line. Puts it up. That's good. And again, great patience from Rueck there. You saw Maurice Branthwaite drive in, get a hand in the air. Rueck waited for him to pass, faked the shot, and nets it. And again, James Woof getting his hands into these passing lanes, knocking the ball out. And it's Revolution possession as we have a timeout called. A lot of support for the Mohawks in the comments. Lots of fans of Ollie Whiteman. I can see why. What a fantastic player out on court. He's showing that today. Really exciting young player to watch. And I'm sure a lot of teams will be taking notice of him. So a 12-point lead here for the Revolution as we head towards the end of the third quarter. And coming up after this game, we can catch the Manchester Revolution and the Tees Valley Mohawks in the Premier Division. That'll be coming up at 3 o'clock on the Focus Hoops YouTube channel. I'm sure we'll see some of these players also back out with the Premier team. We see Gary Dawson, Patrick Rueck, Henley Kavanagh also playing up in the Premier team. Being able to get that experience throughout the levels. So back on court, it's Revolution ball. It's Haran. She's had the hot hand for the Revolution today. Gets the ball back. Shots up. That one doesn't fall. Mohawks looking to answer here. Branthwaite round to Horrocks. Whiteman shots up, bounces out. And again, Haran with another rebound for the Revolution. She's been fantastic on the boards. As Woof's pass over to Kavanagh's knocked out. Great hands there from Branthwaite. Apologies. As he was able to stop that break, as Kavanagh over on the left-hand side looked like he was right in position to receive that. Dawson round to Rueck. Long pass to Haran. 4 seconds on the shot clock. Haran with 2 to shoot. Doesn't go. Horrocks to Graham. And ball's loose, but it's Woof that grabs it for the Revolution into the hands of Dawson. Over to Kavanagh. He's up ahead underneath the basket. Just drops it in. Great positioning from Kavanagh. That takes him to 4 points in the game. Leads up to 14 for the Revolution. A really strong third quarter for them. As the Revolution force a turnover and a foul is called on the floor. That's on Whiteman, that's his third. And puts the Mohawks on 4 team fouls. Ball's in. Rueck over to Dawson. Great pass inside to Woof. And he's fouled on the shot. That's going to put him at the line for 2. And that was a great cut from Woof there. As Dawson gets him the ball inside. So Woof shooting 2 from the line. Another returning player for the Revolution. And the first shot doesn't go. The Revolution in their second team in the Premier, in their second season in the Premier Division. After they merged with the Manchester Mavericks and Manchester Owls and formed the Manchester Revolution. Some great success so far. As the shot doesn't go for Woof. Kavanagh with the rebound, reaches out and puts it back in. Again, the length of Kavanagh, just able to reach over players, keep the ball out of other players' way, and he can take his time and drop it in. Branthwaite into Russell, shot's good. Dawson to Woof on the baseline. Hits it. And the arc on that shot from Woof. Trying to get it over the outstretched hands of the Mohawks. Doing a great job with that. Russell's shot's too strong. Dawson gets it to Haran. Over to Woof. Rueck. Nice handoff there to Dawson. Too strong off the glass. Haran's there for the rebound. Can't finish on the putback, but she's fouled on that shot. And that is going to send Haran to the line for a couple of free throws at the end of the quarter. That foul was on Fawcett. That's his second. So Niamh Haran shooting 2 from the line. Again, she's had a fantastic game. 12 points for her so far. Also playing in the Premier Division team, so we'll see her later on this afternoon in the Women's Premier League. As the first is good. Also played for the Loughborough Lightning in the inaugural season. And represented GB at the European Championships. Under 24s as she gets the second to go. And that will do it for the end of the third quarter. 38-20. The Revolution having gone on a run there in the third quarter, really stretching their lead out. Up 4 at half time, up 18 heading into the fourth. Behind a huge performance from Niamh Haran, 14 points for her. Grabbing, we don't know how many rebounds, but a lot. And Patrick Rueck with 8 points. And James Woof dropping it in 6. along with 6 from Henley Kavanagh. And for the Mohawks, leading the way is Ollie Whiteman, 8 points for him, and Thomas Horrocks with 6. So the Manchester Revolution D2 North team will next be back in action on Saturday the 16th of March against the Leicester Cobras. And the Tees Valley Mohawks, they play a week earlier on Saturday the 9th of March against the North Wales Knights. Again, if you're in the area, get down, check them out, support the teams. Lots of great basketball action from here until the end of the season, as we're heading now into the second half of the season. All these games matter, all these wins matter.
Probably set the clock at the last quarter, so it was 0.5, so hence why we were playing with them.
Ref just explaining they couldn't reset the shot to the clock towards the end of the third quarter there, that's why they had to just play a last second or so. So Mohawks ball. Picked up by Kavanagh. Pass is too strong, so the Mohawks will get it back. Horrocks over to Whiteman. Pass inside, picked off there by James Woof. Over to Kavanagh. We see Kayleigh English into the game for the first time for the Revolution. The Mohawks force a turnover. Russell turns, looking for some space. Over to Fawcett. Pass into Branthwaite. And that shot's good. And the foul is called. Referees confirm that, count that basket. Maurice Branthwaite heading to the line. So that foul was on Rueck. That's his second. And shot doesn't drop. And we got a foul called. So Mohawks will get the ball back. There's an offensive foul call. That was on Kavanagh, his third. Fawcett looks to get it in. Whiteman with space. Takes him to 10 points. A bit of a miscommunication there from the Revolution, as Whiteman had all the space in the world to drive the lane and put it in. Woof backs it out. English. Branthwaite picks it off. And foul is called there, stops the fast break. Check and see who that one was on. And that was an offensive foul call, so it was called on Branthwaite. That's his first. Because we've got a timeout called. With the Revolution up 14 here in the fourth. Just under 8.5 minutes to play. Coming up after this game at 3 o'clock on the Focus Hoops YouTube channel, you can catch the Premier Division game between both the Revolution Premier Team and the Mohawks Premier Team. See now, we can see some of the Revolution players coming in. We've got Martin Edwards over there, Tyler Baines. Martin Edwards having a fantastic season for the Revolution. Tyler Baines in his first season for Manchester. Averaging just under 15 points a game. Great to see him out on court, and I know that the Manchester fans are thrilled to have him representing up here. Back on court. Mohawks looking to make a push here in the fourth quarter, cut into this lead. As it will be Revolution ball, so Mohawks want to play some tough D here. Try and get the shot clock to run down. As Ruick gets it into Woof inside, it's picked up there by Whiteman. And that's what the Mohawks will want coming out of that timeout, forcing the turnover. Just need to be able to capitalise on the other end. And it's stolen away by Ruick. Again, when you've got the length of Ruick and Kavanagh inside for the Revolution, it makes them really hard to go against. As Haran doesn't get that to go. Kavanagh looks to grab the rebound, but we got a whistle on the floor. And that's the fourth foul on Kavanagh. And put the ball back in the hands of the Mohawks. And it's Whiteman on the baseline, over to Kavanagh, drops that one in. This takes him to 12, leading the way for the Mohawks. Nearly comes away with a steal, but Dawson saves it for Manchester. That'll be sideline ball for the Revolution. Ruick up against Fawcett, gets it over to Haran. Haran driving on the baseline. Don't know if that was a shot, but let's say it was a pass to Dawson. It was the hockey assist, the pass before the pass, as Kavanagh finishes underneath the hoop. And the Revolution are up 14 here in the fourth. Whiteman, he's got space. That shot's good. Cuts into this Revolution lead. Good hands there by Whiteman. As Roof controls it for the Revolution, he's got space. Shots up, knocks it down. Manchester doing a really good job here, able to pull away. Every time the Mohawks try and chip into this lead. Fawcett looking to put over to Horrocks. And a foul is called. Sideline ball, Revolution. That's a second on Branthwaite. Ruick over to Haran. Back to Ruick. Thought about the shot, passes back to Haran. Haran from the baseline, nails it. And Niamh Haran on fire with 16 points in the game, leading all scorers. Fawcett looks to answer. Doesn't drop. Kavanagh. He's got Dawson ahead of him to the left. Dawson. Rolls off. Whiteman's just short off the front of the rim. As Woof for the Revolution looks to back it out. Trying to find some space. That shot's too strong. And it will be Mohawks ball from the sideline. 16-point lead for the Revolution late here in the fourth quarter. And we'll see Kaylee English check back in. Patrick Ruick to the bench. He's got 8 points in the game. Again, great to see Kaylee English out there. Again, another player in the Women's Premier League with the Loughborough Lightning, having previously played with the Worcester Wolves. And she was out with GB in Thailand in October at the under 25 at World Championships, bringing home the silver medal. As Whiteman's fouled underneath the basket. So that's going to put Ollie Whiteman at the line for 2. That foul was on James Woof. That's his second. Revolution on 14 fouls. A few pairs in a bit of foul trouble, but I think we're late enough in the game that that's not going to affect them too much. As that Whiteman's first shot is short. Second one's good, banks it in. And that takes him to 15. Kavanagh gets it over the line. Over to Haran. She's got a lot of space there. Puts up the shot and she banks it in at the other end. Answering Whiteman. 18 for Haran. Russell. Over to Fawcett. Horrocks up against Dawson. Uses a screen from Branthwaite. Shot doesn't go, but Whiteman is there for the rebound. Can't put it back in, but Russell does. And the Mohawks have been doing a good job on the offensive rebounds today. Maybe not been able to capitalise on those second chance points. We've got a substitution. James Morris for the Revolution. Checking in for James Woof. Kavanagh to Dawson. Over to Haran. Haran, she's got space again, puts up the shot. That one's too strong that time, but Tees Valley are going to need to try and look to get out to Haran. She's got too much space to get the shot off. And when she's been knocking them down all game long, you don't want to leave her that open. Fawcett over to Branthwaite. Off the back of the rim. And it's Haran that pulls it down. English is there. To Dawson. Morris. Shot doesn't drop. Whiteman put the pressure on there. As Branthwaite is chased down by English and Morris. And doesn't get that to drop. Kavanagh needs to wait for the rest of his team to catch up with him. Nice pass inside to Morris, who finishes. Oh, basket is waved off. Foul was before the shot, so it will be end line ball. And a substitution for the Mohawks, as we see Josh Holdforth into the game for the first time. Marisa Branthwaite heading to the bench. And Josh Porter back in for the Manchester Revolution. Porter. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Manchester needs to get something up here. And a travel called on the Revolution. So that'll be Mohawks ball. Just over 2 to play here in the fourth. Revolution with a comfortable lead. This Fawcett's shot doesn't go. Porter gets it over to Haran. Haran with English up ahead. Passes over just a bit too strong. Will go out of bounds. Again, Mohawks will get the ball back. And checking into the game for the Mohawks, Mia Whitwell. She's into the game for the first time. And we see Niamh Haran for the Revolution take a well-deserved rest on the bench. 18 points for her, leading all scorers. And Andrew Liddell in for her. Whiteman for 3. Doesn't go that time. And English for the Revolution. Picked off by Whiteman. Over to Fawcett. Whitwell. Shot doesn't fall, but that was a nice look. There's Morris powering down the court at the other end. Has to hold it for the Revolution. Over to Liddell. 6 seconds on the shot clock. Passing to Porter, and it's Fawcett that steals it. Horrocks for the Mohawks. Whitwell. Fawcett. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Mohawks need to put something up here. 3 seconds to shoot. Shots up at the buzzer. Doesn't go. And that will be Revolution ball. Morris. Over to Dawson. Dawson, nice pass inside to English, just bounces out. And Mohawks lose the ball as Josh Porter comes up with it for the Revolution, passes into Liddell, inside, gets his own rebound and puts it up. Can't finish there. As the clock's running it down, and Holdforth's shot won't count. That will be after the buzzer. So at the end of the fourth quarter, it is the Manchester Revolution 46 to the Tees Valley Mohawks 31. Manchester coming out on top for 2 straight wins after that win last time out against the Lothian Phoenix. Takes them to 2-5 on the season. A fantastic run for them in the third quarter. Really came out strong, and behind a fantastic 18 points from Niamh Haran, they were able to withstand the pressure from the Mohawks and come away with the win. So for the Revolution, it was Haran leading the way with 18, Kavanagh and Woof on 8 points each, along with Rueck, he dropped in 8, and 2 points each for Gary Dawson and Andrew Liddell. And for the Mohawks, leading the way, Ollie Whiteman, 15 points for him, 6 each for Tom Horrocks and Brian Russell, and then 2 points for Lee Fawcett and Maurice Branthwaite. So congratulations to the Manchester Revolution for their second straight win. And they will next be playing against the Leicester Cobras on the 16th of March, and Tees Valley will be playing against the North Wales Knights on Saturday the 9th of March. So if you can, get down and support the teams. Again, some great basketball on display. So that will do it from us here in Manchester as the Revolution take the win over the Mohawks If you want to catch the Premier Division game, that is coming up at 3 o'clock. You can catch that on the Focus Hoops YouTube channel. You just need to switch over, and we'll be bringing you that game in around an hour's time. Now, thanks for everyone that's followed along on the YouTube channel, and we'll see you next time.